to go over some new material today, but I also have something excited to tell you guys. So a very generous Seweird, give me those two sale. Look at those. So I think those are what you would call maybe the lace for the shoes, but actually you can use it for hoodie. You can use it for the drawstring for your jogger. So yeah, but there's certain length. So we'll go over some of that as well, but probably at the end I'm gonna see what time I have. So let me, if you're here and you're so weirdo, make sure you say hi. And I do have to leave pretty tight schedule today, so we're gonna go things pretty quickly. So welcome in, so weirdos. So without further ado, I'm gonna start sharing what the new arrival will be. So as a tradition, every time we're gonna have a new arrival, I go live and then go through the characteristic, the stretch info, the width of fabric, etc. Hey Ken! Thank you for being here. It shows me that there's only one person in the room, so probably just you. But that's really comforting. One of my last streaming on YouTube, there were like 2 trolls. So that was really awkward. Yeah, but I like live streaming because you can actually interact, so it's kind of cool. So let's go over. And what I'm wearing today is an all gallery cotton spandex. As you guys know, I love all gallery and I love cotton spandex. So let me group. I'm gonna go over all the cotton spandex first. That's solid. And then we'll go over some prints that might work together. This one is and that, and then there's some this purple might work together, and then we have some stripe. This one is limited quantity, and then we have the model solid model French terry and that. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. I think I'm gonna do it in this sequence. Yep, for the rainbow stripe. Yes, remember we did a vote in the group, so I really try to be this year really mindful of what the group really wants. Good morning. So we are going over fabric, and we're gonna go through the characteristics. So first I'm gonna introduce what I call a light master cotton spandex. Let me see. I put 55 yard. I'm actually going to put the yardage I'll be able to put for sales. Anna, good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, CL Line Master. So I'm going to put only 45 yards for sales. So before we stretch, I check the width of fabric. Width of fabric we call WOF, which is abbreviation for width of fabric. So that's 31 folded. So this is 62 width of fabric. So typical knit fabric is 58. So having 62 width of fabric, meaning you will get more value on the 1 yard that you pay. And next thing what we will do is check the stretch info. A quick info for cotton spandex, if you pull, it always curls to the right side of fabric. So some of you know, some of you don't. It's just kind of a fun info to know. So let's do the stretch info. If I hold it to 10, it stretches to 18. So that's 80% stretch. I'll put 70%. And I check the salvage stretch. Salvage, if it folded, lay flat from 10, it go to 17. So that's 70% stretch. I'll put it at 60%. So this is what will be cotton spandex, and this is actually 10 to 11 ounce. So great weight, great hand, and cotton spandex is a little bit more sturdy, so it's gonna be easy to sew. So light master. On the screen, I think it shows a little bit darker, but it's a little bit lighter master than the double wash poly master I have. So light master. And next we're gonna go over the pink salmon. I'm gonna put 50 yards for sale. Pink salmon. And that is also gonna be 10 to 11 ounce. If you guys have any fabric question, let me know. So yeah, welcome to the live streaming. My name is Evelyn. My fabric shop is at Seweird.com. And we are introducing new fabric. Excited for some solid, because for summer, solid is actually gonna be your best friend, and it's so easy to sew. So folded about 31. So this is also 62 with the fabric. So 62-inch width of fabric, you get more out of 1 yard. And then stretch info. Let's do a quick stretch too. So this is the cross grain. This is how you will wear. It's gonna be from 10 to 17. So we'll put 60-inch, 60% stretch. And this is the selvage, which is also stretch a lot. So from 0 to 10, it go to 17 also. So usually that 70%, I'm gonna put 60%. I usually like minus 10% um, just for like standard abbreviation in case there's a differences. So good morning, guys. We are doing live streaming for Seweird fabric. It's gonna be the new arrival that will be launching on the website maybe tomorrow. So I'll be working on more of the logistic stuff behind the scene today. And then for this one, I'll put 50 yards. So for the light lilac, we're gonna put 50 yards. So currently in inventory there is a purple, and I call this is the darker lilac. Darker lilac. Look pretty purple too, right? Yeah, but it's a darker lilac. And this one, let's also check the width of fabric by folding flat on the ruler. Folding flat is 32, so that's 64 width of fabric. So 64 inches WOF. 64 inches WOF. And I checked the stretch info. So this is the direction you'll wear. And very stretchy. Love a good forward stretch cotton spandex. So from 0 to 10, that will go to 21. So this is 110% stretch. We're going to put 100%. And then from the selvage, let's take a look. 0 to 10, go to 16. So instead of 60%, I'm going to put 50% stretch. So 100% and 50% stretch. Alright, so I'm going to put that. Okay, so the next one is actually going to match, but this one I only have very, very, very limited quantity. This one, this one is the 11 ounce. So this one is 11 ounce, so I'm only going to have 15 yards on the purple floral. Let me put it down. 15 yards. And then coordinate well, one of my stretch sewers, she actually did a super cute dress for her daughter. You'll be able to see it. So meanwhile, let me show you guys. The selvage is so cute. Did you see that selvage? That is really cute. Yeah, it is so pretty. And this is the closer up for the fabric. Further away for the scale and the color. The wrong side of fabric is white. Yeah, and how is that? The selvage is so cute too, right? Never seen that. So, this is pretty thick, so not really see-through. 11 ounce. Let's check the width of fabric before I stretch it. Let's check the width of fabric. Width of fabric folded 29. So this is the 58-inch width of fabric, which is pretty standard. Standard usually 56 to 58. And let's check the stretch info. Folded flat to 10. It go to 20. So this is 100% stretch. I'm gonna put 90% just for some standard deviation. And this is the selvage. Very stretchy too. So let's take a look. I like to grab in the middle. From 0 to 10. It also go to 20. So that's also 100%. I will put as 90% as usual too. So yeah. So this is again the only gonna have 15 yards. And the cost of fabric will probably gonna be slightly more than the solid. But this is the solid to go with it. So yeah, so far all the bigger bow, we're gonna be looking at anywhere 40 to 50 yards. And then so far, like some of the design gonna be very limited. So yeah, definitely want to keep that in mind. And then today I do have to pick up my kids, so I'm trying to go all the crucial information and pretty quickly too. So yeah, but if you have any question, make sure you feel free to pop in the chat. I do check the chat when I can. And the next one is, this is a print screen shimmering solid. It says 50, but I had to minus what I give to my strike Seweird. So this one I'm gonna have 42 yards. 42 yard on this. Actually, I'm gonna make it 40 yards. 40 yard on this. And I check the width of fabric. And then closer up just to see. This is from one of the vote that we decided to bring. Really cool. So like sky blue with the butterfly. I check the width of fabric. Width of fabric folded to 30, a little bit over 30. So 30 and a half. 30 and a half, that's 60, 61 width of fabric. So 61 WOF, 61 inch width of fabric. And let's do the stretch info. So this is how much is stretch here. And how much is stretch here. So great forward stretch again. So this lot has been like really great for a lot of forward stretch cotton spandex. So from 0 to 10, it goes to 18. So that's 70. That's 80% stretch, but I'm gonna put 70%. And let's check the salvage. And this is the wrong side. So print screen, meaning you can actually kind of feel the texture. I would recommend to not put it in dryer because it had the shimmering, which it doesn't brush off. But I think in order to keep like the look as long as you want, I probably gonna be not put it to dryer. I'm just gonna let it dry, just to keep the shimmering for as long as you can. Just a suggestion. I'm gonna put that info at the item description too. So this one, let me make a note. Washing instruction. Alright. And from the stretch info on the solvent, from 0 to 10, it go to 16. So that's 60%, but I'm gonna put at 50%. Yeah, so this is the design further away, design closer up. Love this one. Alright, and then let's keep going. We have two different rainbow, and one of them is a tie dye. I guess it's not really rainbow, it's like multicolor stripe on one of them. That one I actually bought from a shop, a custom shop that closed down. So that just showed that. So this one I'm only gonna have 7 yards to share. 7 yards to share. Okay, I'm gonna put it as 7 yards orange blue stripe CL. And this is yarn dye, so look at that edge, the yarn dye edge. I bought it from a custom shop that was closing down actually a while ago. So throughout the year, a lot of shops closed. So when I can, I try to support their auto business deal, just so that, because I know it costs a lot to run a business and it costs a lot to exit a business too. So yeah, so this is a yarn dye. What does yarn dye mean? The wrong side and right side are literally the same. Maybe just a slightly different. So, and I checked the width of fabric. So yarn dye, the benefit is that you can flip and then will still look the same. So that make kind of the outfit look a little bit more like, you know, boutique and high-end made. This one with the fabric folded is 33.5. With the fabric is 33.5 folded. So that's 67 inch. So this is ultra wide. 67 inch with the fabric. But you get a lot out of this 1 yard. And then this is weighed about 11 ounce. But that could also be because the how wide the width of fabric is. So close it off for the stripe. I love that selvage. And I check the stretch info from 0 to 10. That goes to 19. 0 to 10, go to 19. So that's 90% stretch. We're going to put as 80%. And minus 10% for the standard deviation, just the plus minus. And then for the selvage, grabbing the middle, from 0 to 10 to 21. So this is 110%. I'm going to do 100%. So again, close it off for the young die. Only going to have 7 yards. And then after the 7-yard sale, if there's any extra, I'll try to relist. But right now I'm just being conservative, estimated 7 yards. I believe I bought 10 yards and maybe caught like a yard or two for myself. So yeah, right now I'm only going to be listing 7 yards. And the next one is what we have been waiting for a while. This is, what is this rainbow? So this rainbow is about 8 ounce. And the wrong side of the fabric is like, white. So it's like a digitally printed. Jessica, welcome in, welcome in. So we just went over all this, so you probably need to rewatch. Because today I do need to pick up my kids. They have minimum day. So we just went through, all this pile is cotton spandex. So we went through the solid, master, salmon, dark lilac, and this one is digital print, floral, and then screen print, butterfly, and young dye stripe. So yeah, lots of good stuff. And then right now we are going through this rainbow that's like put it in our group. Close it off for the rainbow detail and the stripe size. Yeah, very nice. And then so this one is, I will consider lighter weight. It's 8 ounce. So which meaning with the hot summer day, it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be listing this for 70 yards. I'll be listing this for 70 yards, so that's plenty to share for the group. And let me check the width of fabric before I stretch. I check the width of fabric folded. Width of fabric folded 30, a little bit over 31, so 62 inch width of fabric, 62 WOF. The stretch info, super stretchy this way. Stretch info, some stretch this way. So that's check percentage. So for the 0 to 10, it goes to 21. 0 to 10 go to 21. So that's 110%, but I will put 100%. I usually minus 10% for like a standard deviation in case, like the differences in how we measure. Or like, if I'm holding on the right inch. So let's check the selvage. Grabbing somewhere in the middle. Fold it flat. 0 to 10 go to a little bit over 15. So this will be 50%, but I'm only gonna for 40%. So yeah, so this one, rainbow stripe, I'm gonna have 70 yards on the website. This is probably the one I'm gonna have the price at $6.50 per yard for the introductory price. Some of the one I have very limited, like the purple floral I showed earlier, only have 15 yards. That one will be slightly more. And this one again is a young dye. I had this before. If you are a more seasoned Seweird, you will know. This is a young dye, pink and white stripe. It's just really popular. I cannot always source it, but I was lucky to find it again. So young dye meaning like the front back is exactly the same. So very nice to have this. This one I'll have 65 yards. 65 yards. And with the fabric before I stretch. Look at how cute the stripe is. How cute. I love a good pink stripe. just so soft looking, and it's like nice hand feel too. Oh my god, with the fabric is, am I seeing wrong? With the fabric folded is 35. That means with the fabric 70-inch WOF. Yeah, but with cotton spandex, with wash, it's definitely gonna shrink a little bit, but that's still a lot. The width of fabric, so 1 yard you get a lot out of it. This one is probably gonna be $7 a yard during the pre-sales, during the early bird sales. So just so we are aware, and then the stretch info. Again, I'm gonna do the right side and wrong side very close, so you can see. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. See how with the yarn dye, they are exactly the same. Check the stretch info. This is how you will wear. So it's a horizontal stripe. And then this is the vertical stretch, the stretch on the selvage. Very good forward stretch. Let's check the actual number. 0 to 10, I go to 19 plus. So that's 90% stretch. I'm going to put 80%. Okay, and then on the selvage, any question, make sure you guys pop in the chat before I get off too, of course. And then, oh, and earlier I showed, toward the end of the show, I'll be showing this. That will be part of the new arrival launch too. Probably limited quantity because I actually don't have time to count. So I'm gonna be like releasing maybe 20 pair on each color until sold out. Nice, right? So yeah, we'll go over because they are different size. Some I can see it's 45-inch, some are 54-inch. I would think we will prefer the 54-inch, but either way, I will be going over that. So from 0 to 10, the salvage go to 18. So that's 80%, which I will put at 70%. So yeah, so gonna be 80% stretch and 70% stretch here. Nice, I know. I wasn't sure if I'm gonna release for sale, but my Shrek team Andrea asked for it, so of course I need to fulfill that wish, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go through it and try to release some. Okay, I think I should have enough too for the 20. Okay, so the next one is this one. We voted in the group, and I want to do the color comparison. The circle, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have 90 yards. Let me just write it down. 90 yards. And the leaf, I'm gonna have 45 yards. So earlier, all the cotton spandex is 95% cotton, 5% spandex. Those two are a little bit softer, and they are 97% cotton, 3% spandex. So which means they will have a slightly slower recovery, slightly less stretch. And I wanted to put that side by side. So as you can see, the circle one gonna be a little bit darker, and the right leafy one a little bit more on the lighter tan color. So let's go over the circle first. I check the width of fabric. Width of fabric folded before stretch is about 30. About 30. So I'm gonna put 59 width of fabric. So this is print screen too, so you can actually feel the circle on it. Thank you for loving the color and pattern. And then so let me put it on my notes. This one is print screen. And the width of fabric gonna be 59-inch. Width of fabric we call 59 WOF. 59 WOF. Okay, I check the stretch info. Very stretchy here. Very limited here. So it's gonna be great two-way stretch and probably only mechanical stretch on the selvage. So from 0 to 10, that you can go to 22. So That's 120% stretch. I'm gonna put 100% stretch. So yeah, 100% stretch. And then so again, this is the circle on the closer up, and then circle further away for the scale and color. The back of the fabric is a solid. I love that it's printed on a color based cotton spandex. So the back is not white, the back is actually tan color. So I love that. And let's do the stretch on the selvage. Like I said, selvage is almost no stretch. So I'm gonna call it just a mechanical stretch side by side. Limited mechanical stretch side by side. So I try to mechanical stretch side by side. Alright, so this is the lighter weight. I'm gonna, oh, this is 8 ounce by the way, 8 ounce. So 8 ounce, a darker tan circle cotton spandex CL, and that is gonna be 97% cotton, 3% spandex. And the leaf one, this is also, I also get it based on the group vote. I don't know if you can see the foil. Both of them had like a foil. So this is the leaf, and you can see the golden foil. This is the circle, and then you can see the golden foil too. So yeah, love this. They are both print screen, both 8 ounce. And I check the width of fabric before I stretch it. I throw those away. Pretty, right? Yeah, the leaf one is so pretty. And I cannot wait to show you guys what my stretch team do. They always do such a good job. And I don't know how they always have time to sew. Like, I'm the one that will buy the fabric, take my time to pat it, take my time to look at it, take my time to finally wash it, and like take my forever time to actually find a pattern that's worthy to cut it, you know? So for me, it takes forever. But they are always like so on time. Impressive. So this one folded to be over 30 inch. So it's safe to say 60 inch. So the Levy one is 60 inch with the fabric 60 WOF. And this is the stretch info. Very stretchy here again. Limited, but a little bit more stretch, I would say. But I'm also going to call it limited mechanical stretch on the selvage. Just to make sure. And let's check the stretch info. And again, I love how it printed on the collar base cotton spandex. So that's great. I'm going to check the time real quick. 12:11. Great. So we're still on a good time frame. So stretch info from 0 to 10. I stretch. 0 to 10, it goes to 20 to 21. So yeah, 100 to 110%. Let's just call it 100%. And then again, closer off for the design, further away for the scale and the color. So pretty, right? Yeah, further away it looks like kind of a stripe, and then when you go closer up, you'll see the foil. Yeah, really pretty. I think my flat lay will show the pattern a little bit better than the live streaming, because you know sometimes it's really hard to capture the fabric right color. And next we actually have a 1 model spandex solid and 2 model French terry. Really nice one. So I look at the model one. This model I'm gonna have 70 yards to share, and it's plum color. Let me just write it down first. And this is actually a 92%. Let me just show you guys. 92% model. And 8% spandex. Kim, love the color. Yes, so I'm gonna throw it away. Ta ta ta! Look at this. And then, so I have the fan on. You can see how flowy that is, right? And then closer off for the color. Closer off for the color. Model has such a nice hit and kind of like a shine to it. So pretty. So model plum color. I check the stretch info before we stretch it. Love the color. Me too. Me too. This kind of color give you such like luxury feeling too. So let's do that. So um, I'm gonna actually try to see if I were able to mod report. Oh, I'm able to report. Awesome. So I'm gonna like report like people that it's like bothering our live streaming. Okay. The people who try to advertise our things. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually able to block them. So yeah, for me. Yeah, I hate trolls in the live streaming. Okay, so no trolls are welcome. I will be blocking any trolls. Okay, meanwhile, let's do from folder. Folder is about 30.1, 30.5, 30.5. Helen, yeah, I didn't know you have a YouTube channel. I don't get on a lot except for showing the new arrival. So I used to do the Facebook video, but they start having a rule that video will be removed after 30 days. But you know, my fabric goes on the website for months, right? So that's when I decided I'll do the YouTube showing. So yeah, in the past I have some like YouTube short. I did a quick vinyl tutorial and I did some like fun stuff. Like last summer we did camper touring, so I put some there just for fun. Subscribe, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, folded for so you are just in time to see this plum model, which is 92% model, 8% spandex. So that is 30.5. So that's 61 width of fabric, 61-inch width of fabric. So 61 WOF. Yeah, so let's look at the stretch. Very nice. Let's look at salvage. Very nice too. So great 4-way stretch. And let's get the actual number. Sorry, I feel like my allergy is building up. So sorry if I sound like so sniffly. 0 to 10. Go to 21. 0 to 10, go to 21. So obviously if you stretch really wide, you can see through. But in reality, this is how you're going to wear. So yeah, unlikely it will see through. And of course, depending on how much allowance and ease that you design for your fabric. So for example, for model who have great drape, I probably like coats that give me good drape like this. So just keep that in mind when you try to think about what to make and your pattern choices. So we did a model. Yeah, I did a stretch. Okay, not yet. So from 0 to 10, it go to 23. 0 to 10, it go to 23. So that's 130% stretch. I'll put 120%. Yeah, and then thank you, Ken, Jessica, and Helen for getting on. That is so comforting. Earlier there's some trolls, so yeah, I kicked them out. But if I see more, I'll kick out. Now I finally realized how to do that with the YouTube. My first few, I didn't know how, so that was awkward. 0 to 10, that go to 19. So that's 90% stretch. On the salvage, I'll put 80%. So everything I minus 10% from my life. You're glad you can have real people here. Yes, I hate trolls. Like I don't have time to waste on the troll, right? So yeah, they just like pretend to say hi and then there's like really nothing. So I have the fan on. I just want to show you the drape and then how it flow with the wing. So this is your pretty model plum color. You love that color. Yeah, I think I show you some past cards when you were trying to do matching. I did some from my sample pile, Helen, but this one is a brand new one. So yeah, I definitely love it. Okay, I'm gonna fold it back. If you love model, you'll love what I'm showing next. So those are gonna be great for jogger, bottom weight. And then hoodie, you will see that from what my strike team is making too. So let me show you guys. What's the yardage? 80 yards. I probably can share 70 yards. I'm gonna write it down. 70 yards. 20 yards. And the brown gonna be 70 yards. Okay, each of them I'm gonna do 70 yards. Man, you love the color. Okay, I'm gonna show you the color, and you guys tell me what you think it is. Okay, so this one is obviously brown. What do you think this color is? This one is brown. What do we call this color? What do we call this color? So brown, and what do you call this color? What do you call this color? This one, what would you call it? Looks great to you. Yeah, so actually it's funny because in the naked eyes, when I look at it, slate. Yes, so green gray. So actually it's gray, but it has like a teal, dark teal tone under it. So I'm gonna call it gray teal color, okay? So you will see actually on the stripe photo, some photos, some stripe, the way they take photo look very gray, but another one you can see the teal. So I'm gonna call it gray teal. So to be better represent of that, but really it's more toward the gray tone, but with a hint of teal on the tone, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a blue gray. Yeah. Right, blue gray, teal gray. Yeah, I'm gonna call it gray teal. So the gray will be the main color. So yeah, that's called slate. Yeah, that's a good idea. Slate. So I'm gonna call it slate. S-L-A-T-E. Slate. Yeah, I slated. Yes. Okay. So those are 14 ounce. 14 ounce bottom weight. I used to carry Ella Mouse, which is like a very fancy brand clothing, and their French Terry is like this. So I was just telling Yuli, she is on my strike team. She didn't sew for this run, but she used to buy all those Ella Mouse French Terry from me. This is very nice hand quality. And then let's look at the terry part. The terry is very neatly tighted, but you can see the terry. Very neatly tighted. So the whole fabric is very condensed and nice quality. Stretch info. Actually very stretchy on the selvage area. Slate is a medium gray with the blue or green undertone. So perfect. Yes! Yeah, thank you so much. And let's check the width of fabric. I'm gonna flip to this side because I haven't stretched this side. Width of fabric on the 14 ounce model French Terry is 31 folded. So that's 62 width of fabric on the slate. 62-inch width of fabric, so 62 WOF. And I check the stretch info, grab it right in the middle. 0 to 10, it go to 0 to 10, it go to 16. 0 to 10 go to 16. So that's 60% stretch. I'm gonna put 50% stretch. Salvage feel a lot more though. Let's see. 10 to the salvage. Looks so cozy. Yes, I know it's gonna be summer day, but this is great bottom weight material, so get it for sure. And then sometimes, like I have like my dealer salesperson. If they see a deal, I'll try to grab right away. So sometimes like doing right on the season is really hard for me to grab because I'm like one person. So when I see model, I grab any time of the year. So if you like model, do that because you will get it during the early release sale. And then for those who know I do walnut show, those will not go to the walnut. I will not do my uh, early new arrival dirty like that. So yeah, so they will be the best price will be on the early bird release. Especially some of them are very limited quantity, so I can't really even justify going to walnut on that. Will that work for sweat bands? It should be because I'm doing the stretch info on the selvage and we'll see. It's very stretchy. So that's 16%, so 50%. So you have 50% full weight, so that will work for bands. But then honestly, because it's a French terry and a 14 ounce, if you're gonna do like the bends here, it will feel a little bit hotter. So I probably, for me, I love my bends as athletic knit. My athletic knit that sounds like made in Brazil, that's very soft, very stretchy, and very compressed. I like those better. But yeah, but they are full weight, 50% stretch, so you can use it for bends. So here the collar further away. And then see how with the wing, it's not blowing too much because it's heavier and it's like more structure. This is closer up. You can see right side of fabric, very smooth. So you know when you buy like bash sheet, there's like thread count. So this is how I feel. This is like a better thread count for the fabric, more condensedly knitted, very smooth hand and high quality feeling. So you'll love it. Yeah, those won't be too cheap, but it will still be a good price. I'll try to make it a good price for you guys. What can I do? Okay, I need to look at my vendor invoice. I don't want to make any promises, but I'll make a good price on those. And then the next one is the brown, 14 ounce. This one will have 70 yards as well. So this is the wrong side and right side comparison. Wrong side, you see how the terry is very neatly, tightly knitted. This is the right side, again very smooth, higher thread count. Where do I find the early bird? So I haven't listed on the website. So usually after the video and all the info, I'm gonna go work on it tonight, and then I'm gonna release it probably like somewhere midnight or early. So you'll get the newsletter probably early in the morning. That's the plan. So yeah, and then my strike team, if you look at the wall post on my Facebook, they started sharing some sneak peek, so you'll be able to see like something they did it with it. Okay, so that, look at the width of fabric before stretching. Width of fabric before stretching. And then so anytime that's a new release, gonna be on the website www.seweird.com, and I try to push it on the first item. So when you go to the website, it's supposed to have a default sorting, latest. So the latest item to the oldest item. That should be the default sorting, but sometimes like if you're on a different mobile, it might be different. But I also create a tab on the website called Libra, so you'll be able to just click there, and in my newsletter I'll just give the direct link, and also I will do a flyer to pin on the group post and then on the feature. So yeah, I do all kind of thing to try to make people see, but with technology, there's so much information streaming through everyday life. Sometimes people still miss it. So if you're on like the YouTube right now watching, you're probably gonna be one of those who notice when I release it. So you're on a good hand. So folded is about 31.5. That's 62, 63 width of fabric. So I'm gonna put 62 width of fabric. The same thing as the slate French terry. And then stretch info. This is the what direction you're gonna wear, and this is the selvage. So I think they are still 50% stretch. Let me check. From 0 to 10, that go to slightly over 16. So 60%, we're gonna put 50%. Okay, 50%, and then this is the selvage. And let's check from 0 to 10. We go, yeah, it's go to 60-inch too. So I'm gonna put 50% instead of 60%. Thanks. Since I just found you, this is your first time seeing the news release. Yeah. So make sure you go to www.seweird.com, SEWEIRD.com, At the bottom of the website, if you're on mobile, you have the option to subscribe. If you're on desktop, it's on the right side. Panel, you have the option to subscribe to newsletter. And yes, Helen actually found me through Wana, and then she's followed through my Facebook and now on my YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you. I try all my best to make sure I post on like social media about my shop, but it's so hard. So hard. Yeah, so you guys know. You will ask her stuff and Evelyn is amazing. I love her stuff. Thank you so much. Yeah, Helen already love it. So I'm so appreciated. Okay, so now the fun part. So I'm gonna be releasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things. Okay. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? Okay, I don't know the price yet, but I'm gonna be listing them as a pair. So 2 for 1 price. 2 for 1 price. So let's look at the blue one. Let me make sure I put it on. I'm gonna call it drawstring lace. Drawstring / lace. And then gonna be the drop down boxes to see. So I'm gonna be measuring from this tip to the end of the tip, okay? So lay flat on the blue. So 36 plus 15. 36 plus 15. 46, 51. So this one is 51 long. This one is going to be the 51 long. So imagine it's a hoodie. So you will have some to draw. And then imagine as the drawstring for the waist. So 51. So you kind of get the idea. Okay. 51. So I'm going to call it 51-inch long. Blue. That's how, see how wide it is. So this is 0.7 inch. 0.7 inch here. Lace. So 51 inch long. Everything I'm gonna release 20 pair only to start with. And then if I have more, I will add on inventory, but they all gonna be released as 20 pair only first. That's just a quick estimate of what I might have. And then this one you guys been seeing many times because I've been giving away during the Whatnot show. I was doing like 1 free pair per every Whatnot order. So sometimes you have that. So I'm gonna measure from tip to tip, okay? Then let's go we're gonna call it neon green with the gray. So let's measure. $36 plus 15. 36 plus 15. So that's the same thing, 51 inch. So 51 inch. You've had it on your desk right now, yes. And it's kind of nice because it has a little stretch to it, like a very little. Yeah, so again, you use it for your hoodie, or you can use it for here. And I guess you can use for your shoelace too, if you want to. If you really want to, right? So I'm gonna call it neon green / gray shoelace. Let me get the other pair. I think this one is the white one. Oh, no, let me do this one. This one already had the info. So the bag I'm getting, they are all gonna be made in USA. And then this one already say it's called 54 inch. And then they say it's what? Oval laces? I don't know what make them oval laces. But then I'm not gonna call them any name. I'm just gonna base on color. So this is gonna be the white with a hint of blue, because I also have exact same thing, which is the blue with a hint of white. So those are gonna be the 54 inch. So let me write 54 inch blue with hint of white, and 54 inch white with hint of blue. So yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And then so again, what you do with that is you put it here as a hoodie, or it can be the drawstring here. Or if you really want to, use it for your shoelace. So yeah, so there's two. And then we had the gray with a hint of red, which is 45 inch. And I write it down, 45 inch. 45 inch gray with hint of red. Let's see, also for hoodie. So yeah, probably better for trial hoodie and then a trial jogger or like smaller size. So yeah, so that will give you like some option for the for your sewing. And then finally the white one, very classic. So again, you'll put it here for the boots, and then look at the size. Look at the size for the white one. 36 plus 36 plus 8. 36 plus 8. 44. So 44 inch. So white, pure white, 44 inch. So that is gonna be better for the trial size. Cause you know this is without any fabric yet. And then so also what you can do, yes, 44 inch. What you can do is I see a lot of hoodie or just like the collar, the wrap around collar, they just do this as a decoration. They do like two stripe with some kind of uh, like a eyelid punch. So yeah, you can definitely just do decoration. And a lot of the jacket they have it on here. And then some people the pocket flap, they just have like a little ring made out of this and then just to flip. So you can do a lot of things for decorating jogger, hoodie, jacket, or like actual the hoodie string or the drawstring. So lots of use on those. Gonna be really fun. Be creative on sewing or decorating your bag. And that, let me see the time right now, 12:35. And that concludes the live today. And then so after the live, I'm gonna be working on behind the scene right now. And then after I pick up my kids to work on in the background for the listing. And you guys want to make sure you subscribe to the newsletter to be getting the direct link on those. So thank you so much. That's it. Thank you for joining me live. Thank you, Kim, Jessica, Helen. And then I see another member. I actually not familiar with her. Like Chakra. Chakra, thank you for hanging out too. So thank you guys. Have a good day. I will see you at the next live. No problem. Yeah, and then if any sewing question, you can still comment after the live was done. I think the streaming will still be available. Oh, Caroline White. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, and I need to check on that kitty print for you. So, so thank you guys. Bye. See you at the next live.